From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Friday, November 3rd, 2023. I'm D. Ray Knight. This is what's going on. The owner of the Grand Gateway Hotel is asking for her recent conviction to be thrown out. Connie Uhre was found guilty on 2 counts of simple assault last month for spraying a cleaning agent in the faces of protesters at the hotel last year. Uhre's attorney filed a motion for acquittal, or in the alternative, a motion for a new trial. They're claiming prosecutorial misconduct and that evidence at the trial was insufficient for a guilty verdict. Uhre's next court appearance is scheduled for December. Sales tax receipts continued their upward trend in Rapid City. Amy Rose has more.
Rapid City reported a sales tax receipt increase in August compared to the same month last year. Finance Director Daniel Ainsley says the city ranked in $7.88 million in August, $200,000 more in August of 2022. He also reports steady growth in sales tax numbers over the past 6 years. Looking into the future, Ainsley projects steady growth in sales tax receipts. He credits a strong construction industry, continued population growth, and increased healthcare services as driving factors.
Construction along St. Joseph Street will wrap up for the winter season, and all lanes of traffic will reopen before Veterans Day. The project closed off the northern portion of St. Joe over the last couple of months, and officials say the cold weather and frustrations from area businesses, among other considerations, led to the decision. The work was taking place to update infrastructure along the roadway, which was identified as a problem area by the city. Work will continue next spring. In national and international news, Secretary of State Antony Blinken met Israel's Prime Minister to press American calls for a humanitarian pause in the fighting in Gaza. The visit today came as fears grew that the conflict could widen, with Israel warning that it was on high alert for attacks on its border with Lebanon. Meanwhile, Israeli troops tighten their encirclement of Gaza City. The city is the focus of their campaign to crush the ruling Hamas militants who launched a brutal attack on Israeli communities that started the war. Ever since that October 7th assault, there have been concerns the conflict could ignite fighting on other fronts. Tensions escalated further ahead of a speech planned for later today by Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah. The government's October jobs numbers will be released today. Amy Rose has the details.
America's employers likely kept hiring at a healthy pace last month, defying high interest rates, rising pressure on consumers, and labor strikes that idled big swaths of the nation's auto industry. The government's October jobs report is expected to show Friday that companies and government agencies added 184,000 jobs, a solid showing, though down sharply from a blockbuster 336,000 gain in September. The unemployment rate is expected to stay at 3.8%, a couple of notches above a half-century low. The job market has remained surprisingly strong, even as the Federal Reserve has raised its benchmark interest rate 11 times to try to slow the economy, cool hiring, and tame inflation, which hit a 4-decade high last year.
You'll get an extra hour of sleep Sunday as daylight savings time ends. Be sure to set your clocks back 1 hour before you go to bed Saturday night, and if you have roommates, make sure you designate one roommate to be in charge of the clock setting. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Partly cloudy and breezy with a high of 63. Low tonight, 42. And that was your Daily Slice for Friday, November 3rd, 2023. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group. Hosted by D. Ray Knight with Amy Rose. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jaquess. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great weekend.